Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Koholoyim La Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rechaha Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M, Akhwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. Jachanan the Waf just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And this is an article from the Daily Beast, and Trump bragging on the fact that supposedly he's the only president, I guess, of the of the United States where his descendants don't descend back to slave owners, basically. And he wants all you African Americans to read it. Anyway, let's get some of it. It says Trump wants every African American to read story about presidents being descended from enslavers. Donald Trump on Tuesday was seemingly delighted about a Reuters investigation which found that every living American president, except for him, is descended from people who enslaved others. President Joe Biden and every living former U.S. president, except Donald Trump, are direct descendants of slave holders Jimmy Carter, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and through his white mother's side, Barack Obama. Trump quoted in the investigation as saying on his Truth Social platform, "I hope that every African American in our country is reading this right now," Trump added. Remember, the Reuters story went on to note that Trump signed an executive order in September 2020 banning federal funding for training which portrayed the U.S. as fundamentally racist or sexist. So he's a damn hypocrite. It says it also discussed an open letter from Senator James Lankford to his constituents, in which Lankford said he hadn't realized that his support for a pro-Trump electoral commission review of the 2020 elections would cause a firestorm of suspicion among many of my friends, particularly in black communities around the state. Anyway, that's the point. You see what it is. He's proud that he doesn't descend. His descendants didn't own slaves. But as you can see, you guys are, these you so-called blacks, you ran out here and you voted for this guy, Joe Biden. Hey, hey, and this is really a shame. You know what I'm saying? This is that shameful spewing on Esau, man. Where every single one of your presidents basically own slaves, or all you presidents descend from slave owners. That says a lot about you as a people. But the point that I wanted to get was, this shit is not gonna make no difference, man. The Lord's still gonna require that pass from him, because it's not gonna make no difference whether he owns slaves or not. They're going into captivity as an entire nation of people, just like how we did, you know. Because there would, you had situations with, say, like Daniel, and just situations where a lot of our elders, our ancestors, forefathers went into slavery, and they was righteous men, in the sight of the Lord, man. But they had to go into that captivity as a nation. You see? But let's get this one. Yeah, the Trump think and this is how a lot of these so-called white people think, man. And the comments are no better. I think that's what's that? Ecclesiastes 3. Yeah, 3 and 15. Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. It says, "That which has been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and Yahweh requireth that which is past." See? So the Lord is going to require, he's requiring the past of all you so-called white people that are back here on the planet right now, still, ain't back in your lot again, still doing the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans dirty to this very day, which are Israelites. Because you notice they said he wants every African American. See, with that bullshit, that byword, because we're not African, neither are we American. Because Africa is named after a so-called white man, America is named after a so-called white man, and to say that you descend, that you're African American, is to say you descend from two white men. That don't make no sense. As Negroes, I mean, and Jake just don't grasp onto that. Jake, about them telling you, Jake, right now, they're gonna have the most festive 4th of July weekend, man. They don't care nothing about how our ancestors were whipped and beaten and hung and castrated and all these different things around the same time that they're having this 1776 holiday called the 4th of July, their Independence Day. Jake don't care. Jake going out, they gonna buy new shoes, new outfits. Jake going to buy the pork ribs. They gonna get the catfish. All the abominable foods. Jake don't care, man. But let me get another one too. As a matter of fact, since that, let me get this real quick. Let's get this Isaiah. I wanted to touch on this yesterday, but was it 1 and 3, Salakia? Yeah, Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doeth not know. My people doeth not consider. See, Jake don't. Our people don't even consider who they are. They don't care, and they'll argue and fight with you about if you tell them they're not American. What do you mean? This is the greatest country on earth. Let me see. It's another one too. Let's see if I can find this one. I'm trying to think how it was worded. Oh yeah, Jeremiah 2 and 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Our people, man, hey, Jake don't mind being here. Jake can't fathom being outside of America. They can't fathom us being a people that are, actually in power and have sovereignty, being sovereign, having our own military, so to speak, having our own, government, our own currency, our own way of life, our own way of doing things. The so-called white man has been over us, dictating every damn thing that we've been doing for hundreds and hundreds of years, man. But they're gonna pay, man. So all this old proud shit that Trump, oh, I'm so look at me, and you know what he's trying to do. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Really, what he's trying to do is he's trying to say, see, he understands his campaign. They understand that all they need is about 10% of Jake to just turn from Biden. That's all they need. 5%. A good 10%, Biden ass through. If 10% of the people that voted for Biden, these so-called Negroes, especially these women, just 2% probably. They can, he understands that he can be president again. So don't, the scripture says never trust thine enemy. He's using this particular information to try and sway you, Jake, to vote his way. That's all that it is. We understand that, man. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. You got to know how this man gets down, man. But let's get this right here, because this is coming to all of them anyway. Don't make no difference whether you are directly involved as a descendant or not. Revelation 13, start at verse 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And that's the scriptures, man. Because y'all led us into captivity. You must go, and you're going as a nation. It says, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. This is what we're patiently and faithfully waiting on, man. See, matter of fact, let's get this. Let me get this Galatians first, 6 and 7, and we'll prove that the Lord deals with nations, man, as a whole. Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So you so-called white people, and you've sown a lot of treachery in the earth, you're gonna get that back, and you're gonna get it back double. You're gonna reap what you sown. However you guys want to call it. What goes around comes around. Some people call it karma. Y'all gonna get it, man. Well, let's get this. Let's prove that the Lord, he deals with nations. That Job 34:29, and it reads, when he giveth quietness, this is talking about Yahweh. When he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him, whether it be done against a nation or against a man only? So you can see the Lord, he deals with nations of people. He deals with the individuals within those nations. The Lord can set a nation up on high and can bring a nation down. Just like the so-called white man, this is his time to rule. He's in his kingdom right now. But the Lord, there's a time period to that. There's a border to that where this man can't go past, and that's happening, man. He's gradually, slowly. Well, actually, he's falling pretty damn fast right now. You see, these so-called white people are doing bad out here, man. They're not doing too good right now. You know, hey, you know it's bad when the people that you enslaved are doing better than you. You know, it's so-called black people out here, man, that's doing far better than a lot of so-called white people, man, in their own kingdom. It's crazy, but anyway, it gets better, man. It gets better. So Trump, you with that bullshit and trying to be slithery, because that's all they are, just slithery, man, just damn snake like. Look, I don't descend from anyone that owns you guys. You should vote for me. Look at Joe Biden. We already know about that dude, man. I don't even get Jake running out here voting for that guy, man. But anyway, they're gonna go out here and vote for him again. So hey, I just wanted to just touch on this. This shit is retarded as hell, man. You're not getting away with nothing, Trump. Your red ass, he's the same color as that damn tie damn there. You going directly into slavery, buddy. So you might as well get ready. You and your kids and your little Ivanka. She probably gonna make somebody a good ass bed wench. Anyway, with that, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwame Inshallah.